Hello there, it's good morning, welcome back to the Waifus. I'm Sefhi, and today we're gonna be talking about Emilia, her review, initial impressions, team compositions, how you should invest in her, her skills, all that good stuff, right? All the good stuff. Now, I personally am not gonna be fully invested in Emilia because I just see no need to. She's actually not a bad unit. I think we were underestimating how she was going to work. Again, she's no meta, she's not gonna be, at the top of the charts, but she's actually pretty usable on basically every type of content, PvP including. Now, our main point of comparison, of course, is gonna be A2, since she is the one people were wanting to, compare her with. And the thing with A2 and Emilia, right, why people were comparing them is because when we talk about rocket launchers, right, and let me put myself here so you guys can see that better. When we talk about rocket launchers, there is no competition. Scarlet Black Shadow, it's on its own league, right, and then you have literally A2 and Laplace. Because who else are you gonna put as a damage dealer? Bestie? Power? Don't get me wrong, you can, but the reality is they're not as good. They just don't compare to the other units. So Lapchan is also a little bit underwhelming. So at the end of the day, it's Emilia versus A2, and she is better than A2 for a couple of reasons. First of all, she does not kill herself. You can slot her into a lot more team compositions because A2 with mode B needs a good healer. Now when Rem comes out, this is gonna be a good composition, pairing them together. But A2 kill herself, Emilia doesn't, meaning she will provide the same or more damage without the need of a constant healer, which still is always welcome. She also needs less part. The other thing that's better on Emilia than A2 in my opinion is the element, because fire has a lot of good units, right? You have Crow, you have 2B Alice Modernia, you have A2, you have Drake. Like, there is plenty of decent units, even meta units. When we talk about water, the only two DPSs in here are Dorothy and Ludmilla, and Dorothy are gonna be placed on your teams depending who needs cooldown reduction most of the time. So it's literally Ludmilla versus Emilia, right? We have another DPS now. That's good, that's great. So those two things already make her a good asset to your team. But that said, enough introduction. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're gonna be live later. And let's get into Emilia's build. Alright, starting with gear. I actually got pretty lucky with my gear, and I got a good piece here with attack elemental max ammo capacity. I got max ammo critical rate, and I got attack charge speed. Now, for most DPS units, you want the same stats: attack, elemental, max ammunition. Those are the three. If your unit does not pair well with max ammunition, then you remove them. But attack and elemental damage are a necessity for any DPS for competitive play, right? So those two elements are max ammunition, and then you want a mix of charge speed and charge damage for your fillers. The problem with Emilia comes with her kit, and we'll talk in a second about that, because she is a really needy character. In order for you to see returns on how much damage she's doing, you need to invest a lot on her. So right now, my Emilia is 477. Let's talk about why. Skill 1. Less priority for most people unless you get a really good max ammunition capacity numbers on your gear, because this increases charge damage for every unit in the final max capacity. This is capped at 50 for some reason, and also increases charge speed every time you attack with full charge. The problem with this, however, is that for you to get really good lines of max ammunition capacity, it's RNG, right? Also for your team composition and the cube and whatnot, but it is RNG. So why would you go full investment on a skill 1 when you can just get some good lines of charge damage? 14%, charge damage 7%, charge damage 11%, right? So if you don't get lucky with max ammunition capacity rolls, I would not invest in a skill 1 further than 4. Of course, long term, this is sadly a 7-10-10 unit, at least in my opinion, maybe even 10-10-10. I think it's 7-10-10, but I will go 4-7-7 or maybe even 4-7-10 for the burst for the extra damage. That said, skill 2, Greater Spirit's Mace. This deals fixed damage is amazing, okay? This is extra damage. It will act as a better pierce since you don't even need to be aligning it or anything. You hit a part or multiple parts and you deal extra fixed damage. This is always welcome. There is absolutely no scenario where this is bad, because once again, you're just dealing more damage for free. She also increases her own max ammunition capacity by 3 rounds for 10 seconds. If you want to get 3 rounds, it's level 7. If you only want 2 extra rounds, it's level 4. This is up to you. I think this could be a potentially 10 skill, because the extra fixed damage, once again, it's always good to get, right? If you get a 60% increase fixed damage every time you're hitting, why would you say no to that? So long term, for competitive people, I will say this is a level 10 skill. For me, it will stay at level 7. It's just too many materials for what Shift Up is giving us, right? So level 7 for me, level 10 for competitive people. And then let's move into the burst skill Freezing Witch. This has a couple problems, and people were comparing her with Snow White. Sadly, she is no Snow White. And the biggest reason for this is that she's dealing 1300 at level 10% increased damage and 300% reduced charge speed. The biggest difference with Snow White is she does not change her weapon type, meaning she's dealing 61.3 as base damage. If we talk about the Snow White, and yes, I know, I'm sorry, she is, she is, alright, reset. I will work on her maybe one day. At level 10, her burst, when it changes the weapon type, it changes to 500 of final attack, which is crazy. And that is why she will always be the single strongest, hardest hitting Nika in the game, unless there is something with a bigger modifier, right? Which I really doubt for now. So that's the biggest difference with Emilia and Snow White. She is not a Snow White, right? She was not like a one-shot character, but still, this is a new king ability that even in PvP you will see her one-shot in teams, which is pretty nice. I will go at least level 7 for the extra damage in here, but if you can afford long-term going level 10, this is gonna be more damage, which is always welcome. Same situation and skill 2. Both of these skills can be at level 7, but you want to take them further later down the road if you like the unit. Now let's move into the cube. There is only 2 real options here, alright? You either want to be reloading faster, or you either want more ammunition so you can actually proc skill 1 further, right? It's only one of the 2. I will personally go with resilience, since having a 2-second reload time is going to be a pain in the ass no matter the situation, but if you have no slots available, then you can go with. Now what about team composition, Sefhi? What's going on here with her? Now when it comes to team compositions, I know a lot of people are waiting for Rem to see, you know, how much extra damage she's gonna be doing. But the reality is that she's gonna be good, but it's not gonna be a make or break character for Emilia, because she's providing 5 extra rounds every time you're bursting, which you can get with a lot of different units, right? If you're using Litter Bunnies, you get more ammunition than this, and you get a 50% attack, which plenty of units have a bigger percentage when it comes to their buff. Actually, not a lot of them, but you can get similar amount of buffs, so that will once again not make or break her kit. What is super interesting, however, is her continuous recovery for rocket launcher units, and this will actually be super good. And this is where we want to pair her together, Rem, Emilia, and A2, because it's gonna be 2 really strong rocket launchers paired with a perfect healer that's also buffing, leaving you 2 extra spots for a B1 and a B3. Can actually increase a lot the damage of your team depending on what we put in there. So for team compositions, Emilia can literally fit whenever you need her to be. We will see her a lot in raids. For PvP, I don't want to talk, but from what I've seen, a lot of people are using her and enjoying her, and she's one-shooting people. Like you all know, I don't enjoy PvP, I don't care too much. In fact, I think I even got thrown out of Challenger, which again, I don't really care. But for now, that's gonna be it for Emilia. I think I really like her. I'm still not sure what I'm gonna be putting her on the tier list, most likely on T1, even though I still have not updated it, and I will be publishing later as well the written review on the website. So all that said, daily yapping done. We're gonna be streaming later. Come say hello. Thank you to my patrons for making this content possible. Good luck with your pool needs. I'll see you in the next one. 役立たずは楽園から追放するのみ。ブランとノワールのショータイムです。天地万物を切るとはこういうことだ。